fly to one of the most remote places on Earth? Antarctica seems to fascinate, anger, and baffle people. Most people think the ice wall will stop you from actually landing there, but what do you think? There are a lot of conspiracies about the seventh continent, but I'm here to show you what it's really like to fly to and land in Antarctica. The flight leaves from Cape Town in South Africa as the cargo plane stays at Cape Town International for the Antarctic season. It's the closest city to Deepfield in Antarctica, where a lot of the scientific bases are located. If you're traveling from somewhere else to catch this flight, then definitely spend a few days in Cape Town because it is gorgeous. As your trip officially starts in Cape Town, this is where you will receive your briefing at the Ultima offices. You get told what to bring and how everything will work on the other side. You might be stressing about what to wear in Antarctica, but Ultima has that covered. They give you a bag filled with polar gear. Everything you need for the duration of your stay, so you don't need to worry about buying anything. I did, however, end up buying quite a bit of stuff anyway, but that's totally up to you. On the day of your flight, you head to Cape Town International Airport and check in at the Ultima counter. There's one thing you need to do before leaving, and they won't let you on the plane if you don't do it. They put out Virkon and you need to dip your shoes in it before getting on the plane. This is not your usual plane, however. This is an ilyushin 76, a cargo plane that has been slightly modified to also transport passengers. It gets used to take important supplies as well as scientists and other people working on the bases to Antarctica. By flying in this plane as a tourist, you actually keep the trip as sustainable as possible. The flight would have been scheduled anyway. Is it comfortable though? That is really the big question. The flight is 5.5 hours, so you definitely don't want to be cold or hungry. It looks pretty weird inside with wires hanging and everything being exposed, but once you get used to the looks, it's almost like any other plane. The plane is heated, so you definitely aren't cold, but they do turn down the heat about an hour before landing, and I will tell you why a little bit later. We were in the business class seats, which were just regular seats with more legroom and a window. No one starved either, as we got full meal service. There's also a table at the front where you can help yourself to snacks like chocolate bars and biscuits. You can also get up and go make your own hot drinks at the front. This was definitely something out of the ordinary, and I can't see it catching on with regular flights. There's also a lot of standing around, and if you are wondering about turbulence, I never felt a thing all the times we flew in this plane. It's pretty surreal just standing around, drinking coffee in this weird looking plane. I caught myself thinking it feels like we're inside a set for a movie. When it's almost time to land, the fun starts. They drop the temperature and fetch your polar bags from the back. Then it's time to put on all your layers before landing. One of the coolest things about this plane isn't the fact that it's a cargo plane. It's actually what it looks like from the front. The nose is full of glass panels, which makes it seem like it's straight out of Star Wars. Looking at sea ice from this vantage point is actually kind of insane. This is not somewhere to hang out though, even though I would love to. The engineer sits at the bottom of the nose and the pilot at the top. Something I had never experienced before was landing on a blue ice runway. I didn't even know it was a thing, so I was so nervous as we touched down. All I have to say now is the pilots have skills. The landing was so smooth, and if this experience isn't on your bucket list, it should be, just for the crazy thrill you get landing on ice. They actually create these landing strips and you don't just pick a piece of ice and land, so at least that's good to know. Touchdown in Antarctica.
We made it, mate. Yo, nice one.
After you land, you don't have to wait around for ages inside the plane. They basically just open the door and then off you go. Going through passport control is one of my least favorite activities, but the fun thing about Antarctica is that no one owns it, so you just simply get off the plane and leave, which is such a strange feeling when you know that you are on another continent. You also get picked up right next to the runway by your Ultima guide, and then it's a 30-minute ice drive to get to your accommodation, which is called Ultima Oasis Camp, as it's situated on the Schumacher Oasis. The welcome is warm and the bubbles on ice, which is exactly how we like it. Is flying to Antarctica on your bucket list?